So we want to avoid any post-wedding linen charges. I'm going to give you some hints and tips of how to do so. Hi, I'm Abby from the Knotted Napkin Company. We hire out our handmade napkins all across the UK and Europe to different events. I'm in the best position to be able to help you with this because I see everything. I have seen it all, and we have linen come back all the time with various things on them, so I'm definitely going to be able to help. The number one reason you will be charged is simply from losses. So you haven't sent back the number of napkins or linen that you received. This typically happens when they are just left out because things get lost, they get misplaced, moved, which is what you don't want. I would recommend talk to your caterer or your planner, and as soon as the meal is finished and the plates are being collected in, also collect those napkins. We at the Knotted Napkin Co. send a bag along with our napkins so you can return them. Have that bag in the catering kitchen, make sure those napkins go straight in there off the table, and you will avoid them being lost. When the napkins don't get collected, things happen. They fall on the floor. People, if you're in a marquee, are likely going to have muddy feet. They're going to tread on them. Mud is so difficult to get out of napkins, especially when they're ground in. Trust me, I know. And we would have to charge you for this. Other times, napkins are left on the table well into the evening, and it's when the cake comes out. The cake is cut. People use the napkins instead of like a plate, or what we would recommend is just getting in a stack of paper napkins and then you can dispose of them. Cake is really hard to get out of napkins, especially when it has food colouring in the icing. If you've got a pattern over it, that's hard. That will get a charge. So wine at weddings. We love wine. We love fun. And wine is actually fine. If you get spillages on your napkins, it's no problem at all. We can get that out. The problem is when you spill wine and then you think, oh no, I spilled wine all over this napkin. I need to rinse it out. Do not add any water on top of your wine stain. As soon as you do this, it sets the stain into the napkin and it makes it really difficult to remove. What you want to do is if you get wine on a napkin, just let it dry. Let it dry and then pop it in the bag and we'll be able to get it out, no problem. Another thing that you want to think about is just napkins getting wet in general. You spill water over them or it rains and someone's taken it outside. It's not a problem, just again, let it dry out and then put it in the bag. The problem is when you put it in the bag wet on its way home, mold grows very quickly. You'd be surprised quite how quickly it does grow on the napkins, and that is something we can't get out at all, so that is a straight charge. If you've got kids at your wedding and you want to keep them entertained and you've decided that colouring is the way to go, we would recommend not having your colouring pens at the place with the napkin, because what they tend to think is the napkin is a beautiful canvas for their artwork. It is, but not so great for us getting it back because we can't get out felt tip, wax crayon, anything like that. It just is not coming out. Speaking of wax, candles are lovely and they do make a tablescape look stunning, but they can have a few issues. The wax itself can be a problem if you are having material runners. We offer a custom runner, which is made of a lighter muslin material, which we're happy for you to get wax all over. So you can have your candles on that, but if it gets on a napkin or one of our hemmed runners, unfortunately, we can't get that out, so you will be charged for that. The other hazard that candles can bring is fire. Another thing that kids like to do, especially with our fringed napkins, is they like to burn them. Which is surprising, but I think it's just really tempting when they've got an open flame in front of them to try and burn something, like the little pyromaniacs they are. Probably the most disgusting thing that we see is chewing gum in napkins. Yes, your guests might do this, The only thing we can really suggest to help this is if you're at a marquee wedding. I know they're not the most attractive things in the world, but just try and make sure that there is a bin somewhere where your guests can see it and just pop their chewing gum in before they enter in to have their meal. Please don't let this video scare you. If you're missing 1 or 2 napkins, it's completely normal and things happen. You're having the best day of your life, so it's absolutely fine. But remember these 2 things and you'll be golden. Collect the napkins after the meal and make sure that they are dry before they go into the bag, and you'll be absolutely fine. I really hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe for more helpful advice.